Good morning, friends. In this video, we will see UGC NTA NET JRF exam December 2021, June 2022, English 2 solved paper. And the date of examination is 13th October 2022 and shift number 1. So let's get started. Our first question is, who is the author of A Literature of Their Own? Option A, Sandra Gilbert and Suzanne Gober. Option B, Ellen Salter. Option C, Virginia Woolf. Option D, Sylvia Plath. So the answer of this question will be option number B, and that is Ellen Swelter. Now the next question. Before moving to the next question, see something more about the A Literature of Their Own is written by an American literary critic and feminist. The term gynocriticism was introduced by her. Her A Literature of Their Own talks about the female literary tradition, which she analyzes as an evolution through three phases, which are: number 1, imitation of the modes of the dominant tradition and internalization of the artistic and social values, and number 2, protest against these standards and values and a call for autonomy, and 3, self-discovery, turning inward, free from some of the dependency of opposition. Now question number 2, match list first with list second. List 1 is gender and nation, Greek homosexuality, the subject of tragedy, the souls of black folk. List 2, Catherine Belsic, K.J. Dower, W.E.B. Du Bois, Nira Ewell Davis. So the answer of this question will be option number D, and that is A will go with the fourth. It means gender and nation will go with Nira Ewell Davis, and B will go with the second. It means Greek homosexuality will go with K.J. Dower, and C will go with the first. It means the subject of tragedy will go with Catherine Belse, and D will go with the third. The souls of black folk will go with W.E.B. Du Bois. In the given options, the souls of black folk is written by W.E.B. Du Bois. It is about the legacy of racism the black people were facing in the form of physical abuse, paternalism, and economic disenfranchisement. The subject of tragedy moves around the differential identities of men and women. In this book, Catherine Belsi has depicted the specific period in which man was the subject to which women was related, while the Greek homosexuality is based on homosexuality in ancient Greece, written by the classical scholar Kenneth Dover. Gender and Nation is written by Nira Ewell Davis. Now the question number 3. Subramania Fantasy Stars 1988 is a option A novel, option B collection of short story, option C collection of essays, option D poem. So the answer of this question will be option number B, and that is collection of short stories. Subramania Fantasy Star 1988 is a collection of short stories, 9 short stories. The works focus on the ways in which transplanted Indian tradition both nurture and suffocate the island immigrants and their descendants. Now question number 4. Who is the author of the poem The House of Fame? Option A, William Langland. Option B, Geoffrey Chaucer. Option C, Thomas Moore. Option D, Philip Sidney. So the answer of this question will be option number B, and that is Geoffrey Chaucer. The House of Fame is an autobiographical dream elegy in 3 books written by Geoffrey Chaucer. This work comes under Italian period of Geoffrey Chaucer. In book first, the poet dreams about a temple of Venus where he finds inscriptions of an Aeid. In book second, the poet carries away by the eagle to the house of fame, while book 3 talks about the poet's difficulty in climbing on a high rock on which the house is situated. Now the question number 5. Which of the following denote the three phases of literary feminism according to Ellen Swelter? Option A, feminine. Option B, gynec. Option C, womanist. Option D, feminist. Option E, female. So we have to choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. So the answer of this question will be option number B. It means we have to C, number A, feminine, and D, feminist, and E, female. The three phases of literary feminism according to Ellen Swelter are: feminine, women writers imitate men; the feminist, women advocate minority rights; and the female, the focus is now on women's text as opposed to merely uncovering misogyny in men's text. Now question number 6. Who among the following has authored the Revenger's Tragedy? Option A, Cyril Turner. Option B, John Webster. Option C, John Fletcher. Option D, Thomas Heywood. So the answer of this question will be option number A, and that is Cyril Turner. The Revenger Tragedy was written by Cyril Turner. Its central character, Windis, is intent upon avenging his mistress poisoned by the lecherous old duke. Turner was an English soldier, diplomat, and dramatist, while John Webster was an English Jacobean dramatist best known for his tragedies The White Devil and The Duchess of Malfi. Thomas Heywood is best known for his masterpiece A Woman Killed with Kindness. John Fletcher was a Jacobean playwright who collaborated on writing plays with Francis Beaumont and with Shakespeare on three plays. Now question number 7. The ancient and modern quarrel in Western literary criticism appears during 100 BC, 5th century BC, 5th century CE, 16th century CE, 20th century CE. So the answer of this question will be option number C and D, 16th century CE and 20th century CE. The ancient and modern quarrel in Western literary criticism appears during 16th and early 17th century, and later it reappeared in the 20th century. It was an essential feature of the European Renaissance. One of the key episodes in the quarrel's development was the so-called Quarrel of the Inscriptions. Now question number 8. Find the correct explanation of the term aporia. Option A, it denotes a speaker or character's deliberation on an irresolvable question. Option B, it is an address to something inanimate. Option C, it is applied to a work of art fraught with inherent tension. Option D, it refers to a form of denial of existence. So, in the terminology of deconstruction, it is favored as a term for an insoluble contradiction between two possible meanings of a given text or passage. Aporia is a rhetorical figure in which the speaker appears perplexed by indecision over some question or choices. Hamlet's soliloquy, to be or not to be, is the best non-extended example. Note, NTA did not consider any of the answers given in the option. Question number 9. Canadian Multiculturalism Act was passed in the year option A 1958, option B 1968, option D 1988, option C 1978. So the answer of this question will be option number D, that is 1988. Canadian Multiculturalism Act was passed in the year 1988. It affirms the policy of the Government of Canada to ensure that every Canadian must receive equal treatment by the government, which respects and celebrates diversity. It recognizes Canada's multicultural heritage, and this heritage must be protected. Besides it preserves equality rights, minority rights, and aboriginal rights. Now question number 10, and it is going to be the last question of this particular video. So let's see. Given below are two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. Assertion A. Rolla Barthes describes two basic categories of text as the readerly and the writerly. The reason: language is the window through which one sees the world. In the light of the above statement, choose the most appropriate answer from the options given below. Option A, both A and R are correct, and R is the correct explanation of A. Option B, both A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A. So the answer of this question will be option number B, both A and R are correct, but R is not the correct explanation of A. Rolla Barthes has used the term the readerly and the writerly to distinguish between texts that are straightforward and demand no special effort to understand and those who choose whose meaning is not immediately evident and demand some effort on the part of the reader, but here reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. And thank you.